Hello everyone, happy 4th of July weekend. I'm super excited to be here with you guys today. My name's Bev McCullough. I'm with Flamingo Toes and I am very happy to be sewing along this quilt with you guys. We are almost done. We are assembling our quilt tops this week and then next week is the borders. And then after that, we're all done and we can quilt them up any way we like. So really excited for you guys. I hope that you're having a good holiday weekend. When you get on, I'd love for you to say hi and let us know what you did for the 4th. We had a fun weekend. We went to fireworks on Friday night and we went up in Kentucky. There is a horse racing track with a casino there, and we went and they put on fireworks, and we hadn't been before, but we went this year, and weirdly as it sounds, there is a rest stop. It's right across the Kentucky border, so it's one of those welcome center rest stops, and they have a big park area in the back, and so we went to the rest area and we parked on that side, and then we looked right over the field into where they were setting off the fireworks. And afterwards we said, it's a good fireworks show when you get a crick in your neck, you're looking so far up. So we had a really good time. Friday night we went with my in-laws and my son, and so we just had a great time, and then we just relaxed the rest of the weekend. So I would love to know what you guys did, if you're doing anything fun today. I know today is a holiday for some, so we might have some extra viewers who are normally at work, and we might have some folks who are normally here off barbecuing and doing fun things, and all of that is good. So Wendy says happy 4th, everyone. Hey Wendy, Mary's here, Valerie's here. You've had a few rainy days in Tucson. Wow, that's amazing. Good for you. And Allison is here. Leslie. Thank you so much, Leslie. You're always so sweet. Over on YouTube, we have Lucy Daniel. Hi, Lucy. She's in Fayetteville. Is it hot in Fayetteville? It's going to be hot here in Tennessee this week. I'm not excited about it. I get real complainy, as you guys probably know if you've been around for a summer or two. Fortunately, it's not like Arizona hot like we left, but it is going to be toasty this week. I'm not super thrilled. Ginger's here from Midland, Texas. Sounds warm there too, Ginger. And Therese is here in Oklahoma. All the hot places. Welcome everybody. I'm super excited you guys are all here. So we have some fun things, and you will notice there is no sewing machine because rather than piece together the entire quilt top with you guys, which would mean me making 2 of those quilts or unripping an entire quilt, I'm just going to give you some tips. Assembly on this quilt top is pretty simple. It's not super complicated because I made the blocks the sizes that they are, so they kind of fit together like a puzzle. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about pressing tips, and then we'll get you ready for borders next week. So hopefully it'll go together pretty quickly for you guys. My other thing is that I tweaked the sound on my videos a little bit, and hopefully it felt like I was a little quiet. So I don't know if this is a little bit better for you guys. Let me know. I would love your feedback if you ever have anything that you would love to say about the videos, even the technological side of things. I would love to hear that. So let me know if you think this is any better or if you can even tell a difference. I don't know. We're thinking we need a new mic. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to play with things. Hopefully it's a little bit better. So, hey Michelle. Rainy in England. Oh, that sounds really lovely. Dawn's here. And Leslie says it was 109 last Monday and today it's 63. Holy cow, Leslie, where are you? That sounds really crazy. Though the 63 sounds really nice. I would take that. Allison said family barbecue and friends stopped by. Oh, that sounds so great. And Dina's in La Mesa. You're getting rain. I think we're supposed to get rain later in the week. I still don't have a well on my property. Nothing has happened since last week, which I know it was a holiday week, so I'm just trying to tell myself to be patient. I have high hopes that I'm fully expecting will be dashed, that maybe the well people will come in the beginning part of this week before the rain starts, but I don't know. We'll see. I will keep you guys updated next week. Dawn says 63 is good quilt blanket weather. Amen, Dawn. And that's what we're doing. We're making all the quilts. So should we talk about giveaways? I'm going to move over because I feel like I'm leaning weirdly. Should we talk about giveaways? Yeah, let's do giveaways first. So my giveaways are very easy to enter. We have a video every week, almost every week, and all that you need to do to enter is comment on the video. I can tell how many people are watching, and if you leave a comment I can see who is watching, but other than that I don't know. So the only way to enter is to leave a comment. Super easy to do, and your comment is good whether you are watching live or you are watching later in the week. The videos are up permanently. I never take a video down. So all you have to do is leave a comment before the next week's video, and that enters you into the week before's video. Does that make sense? The giveaway. So super easy to do. Then I take all those comments and I put them in a little sheet and I pick at a random number. If you go to random.org, it'll generate a number for you. And I just count down, and that's the winner for the week before. Super easy to do, super random. Though if you do have more comments, then that is technically more entries, which I never really thought about before, but I'm telling you now. So really easy to do. And then next week, with it being the last week in the Swinging on a Star Sew Along, I think we should have a big giveaway. Like, I don't think I have like a sewing machine to give away to you guys, but we'll make it a really big fun giveaway. So let's look forward to that. But before we do that, let's talk about last week's video. So last week's giveaway was really fun. It is 3 little 5-inch stackers or charm packs of Tea with Bee. Super cute collection from Catherine Linnaeus. I can't ever remember how to say her last name. I should look from one week to the next. But it's just a darling collection. Really cute. It's in stores now. I did a quick search, and you can find it at Missouri Star. You can find it at Stitches and Giggles. Just do a search for Tea with Bee fabric, and a whole bunch of shops will come up. So check those out. I want to show you guys the cute prints though in it. I'm going to pull over my little camera here so you guys can see. Whoa, I don't want to tip you. Okay, so you can see how cute this fabric is. So on the back of the 5-inch stackers, Riley Blake is now putting like a little image of all the different prints in the collection, so you can see one right off how cute the colors are. I love this. This kind of collection is good for any time of year, I think, because there's such a wide range of colors that you get a lot of variety, so it would be perfect for fall or spring or summer, anytime. So I'm going to try and zoom in here. There's some big florals that are here, and then some other florals, but one of my favorites are these teacups. Aren't these just darling? And then these are florals. These are like a really pretty like diamond geometric print. This is kind of a chicken wire print. Can you guys see if I zoom in there? And then we have some little bees, and then just a little extra blender print. But my favorite are the teacups. How cute are those? They're so fun. So what I have is, let me put you back over here. What I have are the 3 Tea with Bee charm packs. And I have a tea rose quilt pattern because this is charm pack friendly, so super perfect. This is my tea rose pattern. It's really fun and fast to sew together. These blocks go together really quickly, and they just make really big showy blocks, so perfect for showing off a fabric collection that you like. And you'll need a little bit of extra fabric to do the highlights in the centers and the highlights in the sashing and the border, but since Tea with Bee is still available in stores, you should be able to find it if you want to keep everything the same collection. But with all those prints and all those colors, you should be able to find something similar if you want to use a different collection to do your accent fabrics. And then I also have a little roll of diagonal seam tape. Super handy. This red line is your seam line, and then the black lines on either side are 1/4 of an inch away, so you can put it on your machine, and it's really helps with you're doing stitch and flips, or if you're doing half square triangle work, then you can easily see where your lines are without necessarily having to draw all those diagonal lines before you do your sewing. So really fun little giveaway there. And our winner from last week is, now I don't think this is your full name, but it's Allison, and then it says Mrs. Zoo Mary is what her screen name is. So she's following along on Facebook, and I think I saw Allison jump in a little. Yep, I see her name. So I think Allison is watching live with us. So congratulations, Allison. So happy that you're a winner this week. All you have to do to claim your prize is send me an email, bev@flamingotoes.com, and I will, with your mailing address, and I'll get it out in the mail this week. So this I'm setting aside for Allison. Yay! And then, let's see. Lucy asked if I had started my 4th of July project for next year. Lucy, you're calling me out. I have not started. It's sitting right over there, looking cute and taunting me. But I have some other things that I have to finish up first before I can start it. I'll show you guys this week, though, what I'm going to make. Or did I already show you? I don't think I did show you that 4th of July panel that I got. So this week on Wednesday, I'm popping on for a midweek video, and I'm going to show you some new fabrics, projects that I'm going to make with those new fabrics. And they're not mine, they're other people's. And then some new patterns that I have coming out that I'm going to give you guys some sneak peeks at that are already in the shop because I wanted you to be able to take advantage of the sale today. So we're just going to talk all the new things, and I'm going to do that on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Central, just like normal time, just on Wednesday. So you get a bonus extra video this week, and that video will stay available if you're busy on Wednesday. You can check it out at any time. So that's Wednesday, and I'll remind you about that at the end of the day, end of the video. Okay, so the next, this week's giveaway is really fun. I have a roly-poly of Flea Market from Lori Holt. You guys know we love Lori Holt around here. She is a rock star. So this is her Flea Market bundle. These are all 2.5-inch strips, just like a jelly roll, 2.5-inch strips by the width of the fabric. And then one of my new patterns, Penny Serenade, I designed this to go with Stardust, but of course you can use any collection. And it is jelly roll friendly, or 2.5-inch strip friendly, and it uses my acrylic templates, but there are also paper templates in here. Those have been out of stock for a little while, so we are still waiting on a container that is stuck somewhere, waiting for port to let them in. There's a number of my things that are stuck on that same container, so hopefully they will get here soon. But you can still make this quilt with the paper templates in here. Really fun and fast quilt. It looks kind of complicated with the strips, but I promise you it goes together really fast. So the Penny Serenade quilt, and then a really cute little card of Lori Holt ribbons. So there's a little flower, some little scissors, little cross stitch hearts. I mean, come on, you guys. And then her little pattern pieces. There's a print that's real similar to this in, gosh, I think it's Flea Market. I can't remember, but it's her little Be Cute ribbons. So those 3 things are this week's giveaway, and all you have to do to enter is leave a comment on today's video. So super fun there. And then again, next week we'll do a really big fun giveaway. So I want to make sure I'm not missing any comments here. Yay, Allison. Oh, Marie's here from the Rainy Keys. Oh, Christine's here from Germany. Yay. Allison, yay, so glad. Wendy should have had the diagonal seam tape for her half square triangles in this quilt. I know, there's a lot of them. You guys are so fun. All right, let's see. Everybody's so excited. Yay. Okay. Hi, Teresa. So excited that you're glad about the giveaway. Lori Holt is the best. She's a rock star. Okay, I want to remind you about a couple things and to let you know that there are new things in the shop. So today is the last day to take advantage of the 20% off shop sale, and today is Monday. So if you're watching this video later in the week, the sale does end tonight, Monday at midnight Central Time. And so the whole shop is 20% off for the holiday sale, and you don't have to have a code. It's just 20%, and it's automatically applied at checkout. So when you're looking at the listings or the items in the shop, it doesn't necessarily say, 20% off of $12.50 or whatever you're looking at for a needle minder or anything like that. But once you put it in your cart, then that's where that discount will show up. So don't have to worry about that. But if you are sewing along with us, or even if you're not and you love cross stitching, you might want to check out the Swinging on a Star cross stitch pattern. So I'm going to switch so you guys can see this a little bit better close up. Oh, and I got a new cutting mat, you guys. I'm really excited. So I'll talk about that in a minute. But here we go. So this is the Swinging on a Star cross stitch, and you can see that it is exactly the same layout as the quilt pattern. So it's got the little blocks that make up the different parts, and cute little patchworks, and then I even did like a little floral border around the outside. So this is a really fun cross stitch pattern. It would look really cute with your coordinating quilt, or if you just like to cross stitch without the quilt, that's okay too. And so all my cross stitch patterns have the Aurifil colors that I used to stitch with, and then a conversion chart for DMC. But don't feel like you have to make it with these colors. Maybe you want to make yours to match your quilt, or you want to make them in different colors for fall or something like that. So you can definitely play with that and check that out. I do have a link to this pattern in the description of today's video, so check that out. That's in the shop. And then I have, while we're talking about cross stitch, I have another new cross stitch pattern that's just in the shop this morning, and I was going to launch it later this week. I'm going to do a whole post about it and everything, so I'll give more information about it. But this is a new cross stitch pattern that coordinates with my little spring flower truck. So this one's called Fresh Flower Market, and it has a little yellow vintage truck, and I just love the script font of this, and it's got little scattered flowers, and then of course it has like a little pattern quilt basket for the door. I love to put quilt blocks on my little vintage truck's doors, if you don't know already. And then of course it's full of flowers. And then all of my vintage truck cross stitch series has little border down at the bottom. So this one's really fun. It's pretty quick to stitch up. It's all cross stitching except for the steering wheel. That's just a little bit of straight stitching, back stitching. So it's a really fun one to do. And I am in process of working on a patriotic one. I'm doing things all out of holiday order because I just don't seem to have the time to get them ahead of the holidays. So, but soon I will have a patriotic truck as well. So that will make all 4 vintage trucks that I have needle minders for will have corresponding cross stitch patterns. I'm also in process of working on Christmas camper cross stitch pattern to go with Christmas Adventure, which is out now, and a set of the Main Street shops too. So those are in process as well. So lots of fun things to look forward to there. So that is there, the Fresh Flower Market, and it is in the shop too. So the other thing that is new in the shop, and this gets us ready for our next sew along, is I've gone ahead and released the 3 patterns that I designed to go with Christmas Adventure. So these are the 3 patterns. This is Christmas Adventure, and this is our row quilt pattern, and this is what we'll be doing our sew along with starting July 26th, and I'm going to pop that schedule up there now so you guys can see that. So starting July 26th, we'll kick off the sew along, and that will be the first week. We'll talk about fabrics, we'll talk about what you're going to need to do and the schedule, and we'll just have fun hanging out and talking about the quilt coming up. And then on August 2nd, we are going to start the sew along for our actual sewing. So the first week we will be making the stars. That's the first row. And then the next week we will be making the holly, which is the second row. And we'll continue down the quilt making a row at a time. So it makes it super easy to put together. And I will be sewing through one of those blocks. I'm not going to put the whole row together with you guys live, but I will be sewing through one of each of the blocks each week. So the first week I'll make a star block. The second week we'll do the holly, etc. Some of those will be faster than the others. The ornaments are very quick to sew, which is good because there's the most of those. And then the camper and the holly are a little bit more detailed, so they'll take us a little bit longer, but there's not as many of those on each row, so it works out good. So this is in the shop now. If you want to sew along with us, this is a great time to pick up this pattern. it's 20% off as well, and you can sew along with any fabric you like. I am going to have Christmas Adventure in the shop later this week, so unfortunately it doesn't fall under the sale. So you can pick Christmas Adventure. You can find it in quilt kits. There's a link in the description of today's video of the shops that I have found that are carrying the Christmas Adventure row quilt as kits, so you don't have to put it together yourself. And then a couple of those are also selling backing kits that go with the whole quilt. So, or you can just grab a bundle and sew with whatever fabric you like. There's no requirement. Just like with the Swingin' on a Star, you don't have to sew with my fabric if you would rather sew with something you have in your stash or anything like that. So Christmas Adventure is the first one. Then we have the Holly Jolly Wreath Quilt, and I need to drink one sec. Okay, my throat's just a tiny bit scratchy this week. Sorry about that, guys. So the Holly Jolly Wreath Quilt is a really fun pattern. So you can see it's made up of these wreath blocks, and there's a little bow at the bottom of every wreath, and then the border has this really fun ribbon border, so it looks kind of like a present. And one of my other favorite parts about this quilt is that it comes with this pattern, is that I have included a little bonus pillow. So if you want to make the full quilt and coordinate with a little pillow, I've got you set. If you just want to make the pillow, that's okay too. It's nice to always have a little bit of an option. So the pattern for just the pillow is in there as well. And this is a really fun one. And this is 69 by 73, so it's a great throw size. Would also look really cute on a wall at Christmas time for a decoration. So would the Christmas Adventure quilt. So that's a fun one. So this is the Holly Jolly Wreath. And the other thing is, it doesn't have to be just Christmas fabric. There's nothing really Christmassy about this other than I used my Christmas fabric, but you could make this up in Halloween fabric. You could make it up in patriotic fabric, anything. And my next version is Halloween. I already have the fabric coming to me. I'm very excited. I'm using Melissa Mortenson's Halloween line from this year, and I can't think of what it's called. Spooky Hollow, I think. Something like that. So anyway, it's on its way, and I can't wait to show you guys that. It's really, really fun. And my quilter has like a spider web, or is it spider web or bats? But I think it's a spider web quilting pattern for it that I'm really excited about too. So super fun. And then the last quilt I designed to go with Christmas Adventure is the Starry Snow Globe. So I'm going to zoom in here a little bit because it's harder to tell. This one is a really scrappy quilt, and it is got this fun Irish chain that goes all the way through it, and then there's little star blocks, but there's also a snow globe block. Can you guys see? It's really hard to see. Let me try and focus it. Oh, there we go. So now you can see the little snow globes. So there's snow globes scattered throughout, and those are perfect for fussy cutting. So they make a really fun way to show off a little bit of a print that you like, you know, that you would think would look cute in a snow globe. For Christmas Adventure, I just fussy cut some of the campers. So these are all pre-cut friendly quilts and really easy to put together. So I hope that you guys like these. I'm going to be talking more about each of these quilts coming up in the next couple of weeks, but I wanted you guys to have a chance to pick them up on sale if you want to, because I'm not going to have another sale in probably a month or so, 2 months or so probably. We'll do one in the fall, but that way you can pick up those new patterns for if you want to sew along with the Christmas Adventure, sew along, or if you want to just find and get ready going on your Christmas projects. So new fun patterns. I hope you guys like them. I can't wait to hear what you think of them. Yay! Christine said she just ordered 5 samples from my shop. I'm so glad. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. Wendy likes the yellow truck pattern. That's her favorite color. Shirley ordered the kit from Fat Quarter Shop for Christmas Adventure. Shirley, that's super exciting. Thank you for doing that. Yay. Allison said 1 row of wreaths would be a great table runner. Yes, that would be perfect. And it would be very easy to do. You would have to adjust if you want that ribbon border on there. You'd have to adjust that a little bit, but I think that it would look cute even without the ribbon border if you just did the wreaths. So that would be really fun. And Michelle likes the snow globes. Thanks, Michelle. I'm so glad. All right, yay. Oh, let's see. J Worth 22 loves the quilts over on YouTube. Yay, thanks. Super fun. I love seeing our YouTube people too. Okay, so we are at let's start our actual what we're here for is the quilt top. So I don't have a lot of tips for you guys because it is pretty easy to put this top together. So I have my little quilt top here. And I put this together yesterday and then took photos real quick for you guys. So it was pretty quick to put together. The small blocks are all 12.5 inches unfinished. The large blocks are 24.5 inch unfinished. So they're twice the size. So the nice thing is that these blocks all kind of piece together like a puzzle. Let me go back to my close-up camera so you can see. These all kind of piece together like a puzzle. So you're going to put, you know, these three together as the instructions say, then these three, sew these two sections together, and then you can sew them to the large one. So that's all there is really to putting it together. And in the back of the pattern for assembling it, I have instructions for you on how to place these together. So the big thing would be to make sure that you are following the pressing instructions and do your best with that. There's going to be a little bit, I'm trying to make it so that your seams nest together as well as possible. So that's going to make it a little bit easier for matching up all those pieces. I did use pins when putting it together, sewing each row together, and I pinned at each seam. And then if there was a section where the, so like these don't really have any pieces that match up with the row below. But once you get over here, like these half square triangles do line up with these in the row below it. So I did put a pin there as well, just to make sure as best I could things lined up. So it helped to keep it a little bit more tidy and organized. So if you just make sure you're pressing correctly according to the rows as you sew them together, and then once you've got a section sewn together, then you're going to press those seams down. So if you sew these two together, you'll press down, and then once you sew this to this, you're going to press down, and same. All your seams will be pressed down. If you're feeling bulky, or your seams are feeling bulky, I sometimes feel bulky myself. So if your seams are feeling bulky, go ahead and press the seams open. There's no reason that you can't do that if that's your preferred method. I saw somebody post about it in another group today about, thank goodness that nobody's going to open up our quilts and look at how we pressed our seams. And I said amen to that. So if, you know, feel free to press it however you feel like it's the flattest you can get it. So if your seams are feeling bulky, especially around these points where like there's a lot of extra fabric and those star points are meeting up, then go ahead and press your seams open. It's not going to hurt anything. So those are my biggest tips as far as assembly this week, and then just take it a step at a time. You know, if you want to do these three, and then sew these together, it's however you want to do it, that is fine, just so that it's together in this layout. And that's all there is really to putting it together. Is my tips would be just pinning and taking it slow and then watching your pressing. If you guys have questions about your quilt top, definitely let me know. I need to go back to where you can actually see me. There we go. Oh, nope, that's not it. So I have my top here already, and next week we are going to, let's see, it looks the same, but you can kind of see a little bit, no, maybe you can't tell. So the quilt behind me was put together with my digital yardage, which is yardage that they print us up for Quilt Market. So we get that early. It's not the actual fabric, and sometimes the colors are a little bit off. So on the one behind me, I feel like I was just hanging upside down. You can't tell, but my fans are upside down. My quilt rod fell a couple weeks ago, and there was tragedy, and I was super thankful that it didn't happen while I was on a video. So I think it's all fixed now. If it ever falls during a video, that will be crazy exciting, but I guess I hung up my quilt upside down. So, but you can see the greens aren't as bold. The pinks, like this pink that is in the center of this block, just don't feel as vibrant as like these pinks, and you probably can't even tell in the like on the screen. But this is the real fabric ones. Not that that's not real fabric. It washes up perfectly fine, but it's just our pre-fabric, I should say. So it's a little bit off. So I'm excited to be making this up again with the real yardage. And the other thing is they can't print sparkle in digital yardage. So this doesn't have the sparkle in it, but this does. And so that's been really fun to see too. So this is my quilt top. You can see that it's kind of wrinkly here, but it's all set and ready for next week. And all we have to do next week is put those borders on. It does have a background border, which is, you can't really tell, but there is a background border and then a print border that we'll be adding next week. So, but don't feel like you have to wait. If you're done with your quilt, feel free to post it. If you are behind, don't feel like, you guys know I'm a broken record when it comes to not worrying about the schedule. So even if you're behind in blocks, definitely still post. There's no time limit. There's no penalty if you don't finish at the same time as me. So it's all good. So we want to see your blocks. If you haven't shared a photo, I challenge you this week to share a photo of what you're working on. I know that some of you are sewing along, but you haven't posted any photos yet. So we would love to see and encourage you and just see who's sewing along. It's super fun. If you guys have questions, I'm going to check and make sure before I go. Let's see. Dawn wants to know what fabrics people are using for the back. If you're sewing with the kit, I know that there's a couple shops that do have backing kits. I know that Back Quarter Shop is one of them. I haven't checked in the last couple weeks to see if they have them in stock still. So you'll have to check there. But they have a kit for this print that is the, I'm going to go over here real quick. This print that is the, this small floral with the cream background and the little gold leaves. They have the kit made up in that. Well, the backing kit made up in that. So it's easy to pick up if you want to pick that one up. I think I am going to back my version of this one in the cream main floral. So it's the same print as the border and this large star, but it's a cream background. So I'm going to do that for mine. But I would love to know what everybody else is going to use. Or if you found a wide back that looks really good or anything like that. We would love to see what you guys are working on. Dawn says she's still working on the big blocks. Those are really a lot of pieces, so don't worry about that, Dawn. It takes a while to put those together. Oh, and I do have a new mat. Thanks, Jan, for the reminder. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys my new mat. It's the same mat I had before, but it is much bigger. So this is the mat, which you can't tell by this, but it is a tattooed quilter cutting mat. It's white on this side. It's black on the reverse side. I don't think I can show you that. Can I bring you over here and show you that? So here's the black. There you go. And this one is 47 by, gosh, I don't even know. I can't see the end of it. 47 by, I think it's 36. So it's super wide. You can see like it goes way over there. Super wide, which I don't show you that part of my messy table very often. But this is brand new. I had ordered it from Riley Blake and it just came a couple days ago. The thing that I like about this one that my 24 by 36 one of his didn't have, and I don't know if the new ones are coming this way or if it's just this bigger one, but it has the, let me do this and zoom in a little bit. It has the yardage. So this is 3/4 of a yard, 5/8 of a yard, 7/8 of a yard on here. It starts at 0 over here. And so it's marked 1 yard, 1/8, all the way up to 1/4. And then there's a couple inches past 1/4. But I love that feature of it so that you can easily see where your extra, you know, if you don't remember off the top of your head that 9 inches is 1/4 of a yard. Most of us who are quilters do remember that. But sometimes it's nice to be like, oh, there's the 7/8 mark right there. So super easy and really fun, and I like that it's ginormous. I'm really excited for having to trim my quilts to have such a big mat, especially after quilting them. I was having to, you know how it is if you have a smaller mat, you have to trim and then move your quilt down and trim, which I'll still have to do, but not as much. So I'm really excited to have this bigger mat, and I love the white mat. I do use the white mat first and then flip it over to the black side because it's nice to have the option to use them both once the first one kind of wears out. And I quilt a lot, so I use mine up a lot. And my other one lasted quite some time, but I'm really excited to have this bigger one. You can find these, you'll have to do a search because they just came in, so I don't know exactly where you can find them. Just do a search for the Tattooed Quilter cutting mats, and then you should be able to find them in stores starting here. If I got mine last week, so they're shipping to stores. So hopefully you'll be able to find them soon. So let me see. Rosemary just ordered some of the fabric from the Fat Quarter Shop. The kits seem to be out of stock. Rosemary, do you mean the Christmas Adventure kits? If you mean those, I don't know that they're out of stock. I think that they might not be in stock yet. You can put your email in, but we're not doing pre-made kits for the Christmas Adventure quilt. Riley Blake can only do so many of those, and so we did one for Stardust and not for Christmas Adventure. So Fat Quarter Shot is actually cutting the kits themselves for this quilt. So you can check and see, and you can put your email in, and they'll send you a notification when they're in stock, if that's the one that you need. If you meant the Stardust one, then I'm not really sure if they'll get any more back in, but you can check the shops list. I have both the Stardust and the Christmas Adventure shops listed that I have found on the description of today's video, so that you can find shops carrying it, and there's lots of shops carrying both kits. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so let me see what else I am missing. Wendy is using the Buttercup Floral, the Butterscotch Floral, Wendy. Yeah, I love that. That's my favorite color in this collection. Hope said, thanks so much for doing this so long. I'm so glad you're having a lovely time. That makes my day, Hope. Thank you. That's so great. Shirley said, if she wants the Christmas Adventure quilt to be queen size, what would you suggest? Larger borders, additional items in each row. If I use the kit, how much additional fabric do you think I'll need? It's hard to figure out without having the pattern. You're right, it is, Shirley. And I will send you an email later, but I think yes. I think that we can increase each row if you want it to do queen size, and then you could make the sashing between each row a little bit bigger to add length easier, and then make your outside border a little bit bigger. But I will play with that a little bit for you and see if I can come up with a kind of a guide on how many items you would need to add for each row and how much extra fabric you would need. So I will work on that. So Tony, your name is Tony, but you're going under Hope Daniels. You ordered a second kit this weekend. I'm so happy about that. That's so great. The mat is the Tattooed Quilter cutting mat, and this is the big one, and I'm trying to see how big it is. So it's 35 by 47 is the actual measurement. So it's total probably 36 by 48 with the kind of extra border around it for the measurements. But it goes up to 47 inches and up to 35 inches long. So really nice and big. And so Rosemary did mean the Christmas Adventure quilt. Yay! All right, ladies, thank you so much for joining me today. Ladies and gentlemen, we might have some gentlemen watching along. You guys are the best. I just love hanging out with you on Mondays. Don't forget, Wednesday, I am going to be live again, both YouTube and Facebook, with some new fabrics that I'm making projects with, and I'm going to talk to you about these patterns again, and we're just going to have a good time hanging out. And I think we ought to do like a bonus giveaway just for the people that watch live. What do you guys think? Would that be fun? Let's do that. So Wednesday, 2 p.m., a special bonus video talking about new fabrics and a giveaway for those people watching live that is separate from this week's giveaway of the cute Penny Serenade pattern, the flea market roly-poly, and the little bee, what are these called? Bee cute ribbons. So cute. So that's this video's giveaway. Then next week we will I'll draw that prize, and we'll, that'll be separate. So Wednesday, special video, special giveaway just for people watching. I'll announce it at the beginning of the video, and I'll draw the winner at the end for those people that are commenting. We've never done that before. I'm all of a sudden very excited about that. So so I'll see everybody on Wednesday. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the like button. That helps me grow that channel so that more people can find it, and you can turn on those notifications so that you get notified when I go live. If you're on Facebook, you can do the same thing. You can turn on notifications so that you get a little notice when I'm live, so you don't miss out on anything. I hope you guys have a really fun week. Thanks for hanging out with me today on our holiday day, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. Talk to you later.